With all the competition in the prop firm space, is Take Profit Trader still the best prop firm out there? Well, one of the first things that traders look at when evaluating which prop firm is best, their eyes naturally gravitate towards the price. Right now, Take Profit Trader is 40% off, zero activation fee. That's important, zero activation fee. If you guys want to take advantage of that sale, use the link in the description box down below, use code Epitome. But in this example, a 50K account would only be $102. However, when you go ahead and you compare it against other prop firms like Apex, which run an 80% sale, which right now you can get that account for $37.40. So on face value, which account do you think is better? Is the $37 account better than the $102 account? Well, the answer is it depends. And what I mean by that is if you're a trader that burns through a lot of accounts, maybe Apex is going to be cheaper because right here, you can pay $102 if you pass the evaluation. Then we're moved into a pro account. The pro and pro plus accounts are the accounts that then you can start getting paid on the money that you've earned in those trading accounts. However, with Apex, you can pay $37.40. However, if you pass this evaluation, in order to get moved into a funded account, you now have to pay an $85 activation fee as part of the current promotion. And you can see right there that the total cost to get funded with Apex would be $122.40. And I do have accounts with both of these prop firms out here at this current time. Now, when we scroll back up here and we look, here's going to be one that's actually going to be in Apex's benefit, depending on how aggressive of a trader you are. With Take Profit Trader, we're only allowed to trade 6 contracts or 60 micros. And I'm going to tell you, to be honest with you, that's plenty enough of contracts. However, with Apex, if we scroll on down here real quick, with Apex, if we scroll down, look at the 50K account, notice we can trade 10 contracts, 10 minis, or 100 micros. But something that's going to separate Take Profit Trader from a lot of other prop firms out there. We come back down here and we look at the rule list right here. This is something that a lot of traders, it's kind of like an ugly word in the prop firm space, consistency. Now with Take Profit Trader, we have a consistency only in the test phase. You can see right here, it says no one day can be more than 50% of the total profit. However, if you look at the pro and pro plus accounts, which are the accounts in which we can then withdraw money if we're able to get above the buffer zone. Well, if we go back and we look real quick, keep in mind with the consistency rule, right? If we have a target of $3,000, well, here's how we figure out how much we are actually allowed to make on any one day. Just take $3,000, divide that by 2. That means no one day can be greater than $1,500. But Mike, what happens if you make $2,000 in one day? Well, I would encourage you to go ahead and lose a little bit of money, but if you didn't catch it, you close out the day and you have a $2,000 day. Well, now you just simply have to times that value by 2. Now, instead of making $3,000 to pass the evaluation phase, you would now have to make $4,000 to pass the evaluation phase. And since Take Profit Trader has the end of the day trailing drawdown in the evaluation phase, it makes it a lot easier to pass those evaluations. However, when we come over and we look at one of the cons with Take Profit Trader that a lot of traders dislike, and that's going to be once you go into a pro account, we have what's called the intraday trailing drawdown. Now that's going to be the same type of drawdown that Apex has or some of the other prop firms that offer really cheap account sizes. And what that means is as your account balance goes up, even with unrealized profits, your drawdown is also going to keep trailing. Now with Take Profit Trader, that drawdown will stop trailing once you have made $2,000 of profit. So now let's talk about why Take Profit Trader is one of the best prop firms out there. It's going to be very, very simple. If we come right up here and we look at withdrawals, this is what it's all about, right? We trade to try to make money. Now, trading is extremely hard. Being able to request a payout is extremely hard from any prop firm or even your own live personal account. Withdrawals, you can start receiving withdrawals on day 1 in a pro or pro plus account. A lot of prop firms make you trade multiple days, either 3 days, 5 days, 8 days, 10 days, or however amount of days. Well, Take Profit Trader, they say we can get paid out on day number 1. So what is required in order to get paid out on day number 1? Well, that's going to bring us right down to the buffer requirement. And essentially what the buffer is going to be your drawdown amount. So once you made $2,000, anything over that, you're able to go ahead and request a payout. And here's something that traders argue about all the time. Mike, why do they have a buffer requirement in the pro account and they don't have it in the pro plus or even in the test phase? Well, this is one of the reasons why I think it makes Take Profit Trader have such a sustainable business model. In Take Profit Trader, keep in mind in the pro account, we are trading in a simulated account, but you're able to get paid out on the profits that are made, even though they're not technically real. This is like a second step for Take Profit Trader evaluating the trader's skill set, and the trader in turn is actually able to get paid. However, they need to be able to keep a buffer in that account, because when Take Profit Trader decides to move you to a Pro Plus account, which is essentially your orders then being routed to a live exchange, you need to have some money in the account in order to trade. Now, if you'd like to learn more about Take Profit Trader's drawdown and how to beat the intraday trailing drawdown, then you want to make sure to check out this next video right here.